There, it's Ruth here from the Careers Hub. I'm here today just to show you a document that I've created that can allow you to create a really simple careers plan. So I'm not going to waffle, I'm just going to go straight to the document and show you what I mean. So I'm going to share my screen with you now. Bear with me a second. Okay, so on the screen is an example careers plan. I really like this plan because it's got all of the different types of activities colour coded. So for example, PSHE in black, assemblies in green, curriculum subjects in red, and collapsed timetable days in blue. And they're also, so basically, you know, the type of activity, when it's going to be delivered, you've got the time of year, and you've also got the reference to Gatsby, and you've got the outcomes, outcomes framework, the CDI outcomes, learning outcomes. Sorry, trying to get my words out. It's separated by year group, and I just think it's a really nice, easy to read planning tool for your school. Something that can be shared with parents and students and teachers. So the reason why I've created a spreadsheet was, if you can have a look on the screen now, if you start adding any new activities in, all of the Gatsby benchmarks, they don't align with the activity here. You can space it down, but it just misaligns and it just turns into a bit of a nightmare. So that's why I decided, okay, let's see if we can find an easy solution to that. So I'm going to share with you now another document. So I'm just going to have to come out of that and go back in. So here you go. So I've used the same format as that example careers plan that I just explained to you, but instead I've added a couple of extra colour codes. So we've got purple for PSHE, green for assemblies, red for curriculum, blue for collapsed, and then we've got a new one, orange, for an online platform. So it's really good to start thinking about using online platforms for students, a student-facing platform. So either Unifrog or Career Pilot, there are other ones as well. And then another one, external providers. So at what points are you meeting up with further education colleges, universities, or any other sort of training providers? So we've got these 5 columns. At the top, we've got the CDI learning outcome, and their statements and their activities. So here you've got the statement. So describe what you're like, what you're good at, and what you enjoy doing. And then underneath you've got the activities. And then to the right, you've got the Gatsby benchmark that it relates to, and also the CDI benchmark that relates to. There's a number of sheets in this document. So in here, you've got a reference to the Gatsby benchmarks, and all of these things here are what's required on your compass. And then here, you've got the CDI structure. So that's the area of learning, some statement outcomes, and also some key information here. And then there's another document, how to use this framework. And then you've got the actual master spreadsheet for Key Stage 3, Key Stage 4, Key Stage 5. And you can separate them out in any way that you like. So I've copied and pasted a lot of the learning outcomes from the CDI and then referenced them to the Gatsby benchmark because they're more, they are actual outcomes that you're looking to achieve. And the Gatsby benchmarks obviously relate very closely with them anyway. So I also use some of the learning evidence, the evidence outcomes that are provided by CDI, so students know what they like and enjoy doing. You can describe what you are good at. So basically, when you're thinking about evidence and your impact and your evaluation, this is where you can start to formulate your plans on how you're going to actually measure impact of any activities. So you can start to quite easily build up an evaluation framework from that. And then in here, you've got a drop-down list of when you want to deliver it. So you might want to do it like the example that I set earlier, like by autumn, spring or summer, but maybe you want to start selecting each activity and which month you're going to deliver it. So again, it's entirely up to you. So once you've input all of your data, you can use any of this data that's already there. You can add your new activities, make sure you color code them. So what you can do now is you've got filters at the top, and using these filters, you could, for example, maybe you're interested in finding out what assemblies have you got planned in your careers plan this year. So assemblies are green, so I'm going to filter by colour and go to green. So at the moment, we've only got 4 assemblies booked in for the whole year, so maybe I want to add a few more assemblies. So that's just one way that you can filter it. You could also filter by, you know, the learning outcome, so you can go and have a look there, but probably the colour filter is probably more useful. Maybe on your last compass evaluation that it flagged that you need to do more around Gatsby benchmark 4. So what you can do is you can deselect all of these. I mean, you need to make sure that you put the Gatsby benchmarks in the activity, otherwise you're not going to be able to filter them. And then you can basically select everything that's got Gatsby benchmark 4 included, referenced. So I'm going to tick all of those. There we go. There we go. So there you go. So here we've got all the different types of activities that embed Gatsby benchmark 4. But you will notice at the moment there's only one activity that's involved in your curriculum sessions. So there's an obvious thing there where you need to maybe do a little bit more activity around that. So that's just another way that you can do it. You might want to just focus on the learning outcomes from the CDI structure. So maybe you're just looking at self-awareness, self-determination, self-improvement. So then you can go in there, go to the CDI, you can just select those 3, and that's all of the activities related to that. So now once you've got all of your data in there, you know when you're going to be delivering it, you've got a rough idea about how you're going to evidence your impact. So now you want to actually create your careers plan. So this is your master spreadsheet. So what you can do is you can highlight the area, everything that you want in terms of your activities, but only in columns A, B and C. The other data is just for your internal information only. So you just highlight it, and you right click, go for copy, and then I'm going to take you through to a Word document. So I just need to cancel that and share another one. So here's the Word document. So what I would do first and foremost is just space down a couple so that you can put a title in the top. It will default to portrait, so what I would do is change that to landscape. So you go to layout, orientation, landscape, and then you right click and you paste. So here you've got the pasting tools, so there's various options, and if you hover over them you see that it changes with each one. But what I would go for is keep the source formatting, and then that way it will keep it as it is in your spreadsheet. But obviously it's going off the page at the moment, so to fix that it's quite simple. You click this icon here, it selects the whole table, and then it opens up a new table tool. So you go to layout, go to auto fit, and then auto fit contents. There you go. So I've copied and pasted my master spreadsheet into a Word document. So at the moment, these 2 columns are a little bit bunched up. So what I'm going to do is drag that across. There we go. There we go. I might need to add a line up there. So at the moment, it's got the when you're going to deliver it. I mean, you could, if you like, you could add the date column in there. But you've got the learning outcomes at the top, so it might be a good idea. What I would probably do is just highlight these activities under that learning outcome and bullet point it so you can easily see the activities against the learning outcomes. There you go, and then put your title in. And there you go, you've got a really simple careers plan. You've got your master spreadsheet that you can update yearly, termly, as you go in. And then you can just use that as your resource tool, and it just makes it really simple each year. Okay, so let me just stop sharing that. So if you need any help or support with that, if you want to use it, you're welcome to it. We're going to put it on our website. Any questions, just give me a shout. Thank you.